Go ahead and before we get started, do want to, when they call roll, just indicate whether you're here in person or remotely. So I think we've got one member remotely, so we'll go ahead and do that. And you can call the meeting to order, Madam Secretary.
Senator Howell, Senator McDaniel, Senator Webb.
This is Jason. I'm here remotely.
All right, thank you. Representative Jenkins.
Present in the room.
Representative Petrie.
Present remotely from my annex office.
Thank you. Representative Thomas.
Present in the room.
Co-Chair Girdler.
Present in the room.
Co-Chair Friedland.
Present in the room. All right, we do have a quorum. And again, we want to say welcome to Representative Joni Jenkins, a minority floor leader. So honored to have her here with us, and a new member of the committee. So thank you for being here. Well, if nothing else, we'll have a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting. If anyone will make that.
So move.
All right. I'll second it. All right, that's approved, and we'll go ahead and do the information items. So, Catherine?
Pursuant to KRS 26A 168-1, KRS 45-793, and KRS 45-818, the Administrative Office of the Courts, the Finance and Administration Cabinet, with the Commonwealth Office of Technology reporting independently and post-secondary institutions managing their own capital construction under KRS 164A 580, transmitted quarterly capital project status reports. Pursuant to KRS 45-765, the University of Kentucky reported federally funded research equipment purchases for its Mass Spectrometry Service Center, Robotics Center, and various engineering departments. The University of Louisville reported use of grant awards for the Brown Cancer Center and dental school equipment purchases. Pursuant to KRS 45-812, through their fiscal agents, KISTA reported its annual equipment lease certificates of participation issuance, $11.665 million on behalf of 28 school districts to finance 97 school buses, and the Montgomery County School District, which did not need an additional tax levy to pay debt service, reported a projected $2.2 million debt issuance to finance improvements at Mount Sterling Elementary. The School Facilities Construction Commission reported previous school district debt issues with Sfcc debt service participation.
All right, any questions? Representative Walker?
Yes, Ms. Catherine. Someone said if Sfcc anticipates any bond funding for any school buses that were damaged or destroyed by the recent tornadoes.
With respect to, I don't know that Sfcc funding can be used for equipment purchases. The KISTA is independent of Sfcc participation. I don't know if there's going to be any supplemental funding for equipment. It probably won't flow through Sfcc, though, if it's for equipment.
All right. I think Ryan Barrow will be here as well, discussing some of the Sfcc debt issues. He might be able to answer that. It's a good question. Any other questions for Catherine? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to some action items. Janice Thomas is here remotely to present agenda item number 4, an appropriation increase requiring action, and also 3 non-action items. So, Ms. Thomas, are you with us remotely today? She is? Okay. We're not hearing anything.
Do you mind asking when she's live?
Ms. Thomas, are you
It
there?
helps when you. Yes, it helps when you take the mute button off.
Understand. I'll do that too.
My apologies.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Thank
If
you.
you want to, Ms. Thomas, you can go ahead and present the action item.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director. In accordance with the provisions of KRS 45-750 through 45-800, I'm reporting 4 projects today. The Secretary of the Finance and Administration Cabinet has approved these projects. As you mentioned, this first project is an action item to which we are requesting your approval. It is a restricted fund appropriation increase in the amount of $750,000 for the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, Department of Public Health, Scan and Image Historical Records project. The project was originally funded in 2018-2020 Biennial Appropriations Act in the amount of $5 million. Additional funding is needed due to an unanticipated pricing increase for document scanning, processing the metadata into a document management system, and the development of a web application for the Department of Public Health staff to access the scanned images. This action will bring the total appropriation to $5,750,000. We're requesting the committee's approval pursuant to the authority under KRS 45760 subsection 6. Thank you.
All right. Could everybody make that out okay? It was buffering a bit, but I think we could make it out okay. Any questions for Ms. Thomas on that item? All right, seeing none, we'll
Let
go
me
ahead. Go ahead, Senator.
Is this more to do with inflation, or is it more to do with we misjudged the bid to start with? Or has things gone up in that length of time?
I believe these were unanticipated costs increases. We do have representatives from the Cabinet from Health and Family Services if someone from the Cabinet would like to speak to this question.
Christina Stewart, could you answer that question, please? Christina Stewart.
Yes, sorry, I was trying to get my mute button off. Sorry about that. Hold on for me just a second here. Okay. Yes. So, yes, some of the items were not anticipated, such as the activities from our Office of Administrative Technology Services, our OATS internal developers and whatnot. Their costs are, let's see here, have gone up just due to the magnitude of everything that's involved in finessing this scanning and imaging. We have metadata that is to be, hold on for me just a second. Let me use their words. Okay. They include collecting metadata from different systems, the mainframe, our SQL servers that contain our databases, and the Excel software. They have to organize the data, store the data on the SQL databases. OATS processes continue then to send the metadata to Iron Mountain, who's the contractor who's doing the scanning and imaging. Iron Mountain received the scanned images and corresponding metadata. The images are loaded into the vital statistics local databases. And then the OATS, our internal OATS teams, have activities that include development and maintenance of web applications where the vital statistics staff can then search for the scanned images and print certificates from those scanned images to serve our citizens of the Commonwealth. Those things were not anticipated, and they're greatly needed so that we can continue, using our scanned images once they're in there and available.
Thank you. I knew that when we dealt with infrastructure and building and all that, we're anticipating big increases just due to the inflation, but this was labor generated, and I didn't know if it was due to demand or whatever. But anyway, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Need a motion to approve this? Someone would like to make that? All right. A motion and a second, if you want to call the roll.
Senator Howell, Senator Girdler,
Aye.
Senator McDaniel, Senator Webb, Representative Jenkins, yes. Representative Petrie,
Yes.
Representative Thomas,
Yes.
Chairman Freeland.
Yes. All right, that's approved. approved. Ms. Thomas, you can go ahead and proceed with the following items that you have listed below as well. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman Freeland. The next project is the reporting of equipment in excess of $200,000. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services, Department of Public Health, purchase of a microbial identification system in the amount of $253,800. The system will allow unbiased identification of microorganisms within a few minutes down to the species level. This item of equipment will be funded with 100% federal funds. The source of the federal funds is the Epidemiology and Laboratory Capacity for Prevention and Control of Emerging Infectious Disease Grant. The authority by which this project has been approved by the Secretary of Finance is KRS 45760, sub-paren 5, purchase of major equipment for medical or scientific research. Chairman, if it's okay, I will continue with the other two projects
Yes,
to report.
please go ahead.
Okay, the other two pool projects in excess of $1 million. These come by way of the Department of Arts and Heritage Cabinet, Department of Fish and Wildlife, Philo Horse Mill project in the amount of $5,377,000 from the Department of Fish and Wildlife Philo Stream Mitigation Pool to the Horse Mill project. The acquisition and survey phase of the project is ready to begin. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers authorized the project to physically restore and protect over 24,000 linear feet of Horse Mill Branch and other headwater tributaries, as well as approximately 5 acres of wetlands in the Middle Fork, Elk Fork watershed in Morgan County. The second pool project is the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Fish and Wildlife Philo Middle 1 project in the amount of $4,135,000 from the Philo Stream Mitigation Pool to Middle Creek 1 project in Northern Kentucky. The acquisition and survey phase of the project is ready to begin. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers authorized the project to physically restore and protect over 19,000 linear feet of Middle Creek and some tributaries in the Northern Kentucky service area. Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to point out that there are 3 pieces or 3 phases of this Northern Kentucky Middle Creek. And the reason there's 3 separate projects is because there's separate properties from separate owners with separate permits. So this is the middle one for $4,135,000. And that's all I have to report today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Thomas, and I appreciate you being here with us today. All right. We'll move on to our final presenter today, Mr. Ryan Barrow, the Executive Director, Office of Financial Management. He has got 4 projects, Sfcc debt issues, and we'll go ahead and ask if we can roll those into one vote.
I'll make a motion.
All right. That's approved. So, Ryan, are you with us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon. From our reporting today is about as light as it comes. As was stated, we have 4 new money transactions with Sfcc support. Leslie, Montgomery, Powell, and Trimble County. The par amount is estimated at $38.4 million, with 90% being local general funds of the school districts and about 10% being assisted by the state through Sfcc, and no taxes necessary to finance the projects.
All right. So anything else, Ryan?
No, sir. That is it. Happy to take any questions.
Okay.
I believe there may have been a question earlier.
Yes, there was.
Representative re-ask it. Ryan, does Sfcc anticipate any bond funding for any school buses that were damaged or destroyed by the recent tornadoes? I'm not sure there are any. I was just wondering if they do anticipate any.
We were not made aware of any of that. I do know the existing process for KISTA, that is primarily local funds, and there's the group, kind of all the school districts go together, and that KISTA transaction is happening on or about the middle of March. So I would think that would be the primary way if there were any need for buses. It's very well timed for the districts to utilize that process. Traditionally, Sfcc does not fund buses. That is traditionally general fund supported by each local district. So I would think that would be the primary method. However, I will make sure that SFCC hasn't heard of any. And if they have, I will report back to Catherine Howland.
Thank you.
We have one more question, Ryan.
Well, I just got a statement about that. That may be each individual school would have insurance to protect against damage from destroyed or damaged vehicles. Now, that may not be enough to supply what they've got, may have to do other things, but I would think that the insurance company would come into play more than state bonding or something of this nature, not unless they buy bigger and nicer buses. So I would think.
All right. We have a motion and a second to roll those four into one vote. So with that, you can call the roll.
Senator Howell, Senator Girdler,
Aye.
Senator McDaniel, Senator Webb, Representative Jenkins, Representative Petrie,
Yes.
Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Chairman Freeland.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Mr. Barrow. That issues were approved, and that's all we have today, unless someone wants to. Senator Girdler, if you want to give a speech or
that's
something.
Not fair. Yeah, I was, y'all give me about 50 pages full and expect me getting 20.
Well, Catherine's doubling up next
Yeah, I know.
month.
Yeah,
so-
I figured that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so motion to adjourn. All right, our next meeting is scheduled for February 15th at 11 a.m. So with that, we'll go ahead and adjourn.